All right, y'all. So apparently, Falynn Pina, formerly Guabadia, who was previously married to Simon, who is now Portia Williams' fiance, soon to be husband, she is claiming that, look, I didn't have kids with the dude because he was shooting blanks. He couldn't have kids. So this is being reported by the Jasmine brand, and it's saying that previously Falynn Guabadia, appears to be an open book as she speaks on her former relationship with her ex-husband Simon. During a recent YouTube live stream, she took time to chat with her fans and answer any questions that may have been for her. One supporter asked her if she believes her ex-husband is expecting a baby with his now fiance, rhoa star Portia Williams. And they also asked if Simon had a vasectomy. So she replied, "I'm not exactly sure as to what procedures my ex has undergone after we separated. Throughout the course of 5 years, Simon and I were actually pregnant once before, but I did not want to have a child with that person." Then she alleged that Simon can no longer have children. She said, and after that, we had learned from the doctors that he was incapable of having children. This came from heavy drinking and smoking, and he wouldn't change up his habits. So we tried for years, and I could not get pregnant. So as far as where they are now, I wish them well. So I don't know. I'm thinking Falynn's pretty much saying if Portia is pregnant, I don't know if it's Simon's, because I couldn't get pregnant with him, and I did once before, but I didn't, want to have kids with him. So I'm assuming that she meant she terminated the pregnancy. Look, that's what I'm assuming. She didn't come out and say those words, but that is what I take from that. If she says that she once got pregnant by him, but she did not want to have kids with what she says is that person. So I don't know what that really means, because it's like, well, how much did he change from when you said I didn't want to have kids with that person? So what exactly was he doing previously that made you feel like I don't want to have a child with this guy, but later on it was okay and I wanted to try, but it wasn't working, and then we had him checked and the doctor said he isn't able to have any kids. So I don't know. I don't know what she's really trying to allege here. There are rumors that Portia is pregnant, but nothing has come out regarding her actually being pregnant. And there are also some rumors now that Portia isn't even going to be on this upcoming season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That is just a rumor. I don't really know if I believe that. I know she quit Dish Nation. That was, not too long ago. And I don't feel like she really needed that show anymore, or, that job, I should say, anymore. And The Real Housewives of Atlanta, that's really her bread and butter. She does do the other show on Bravo, which is like an after show on Sundays with Giselle. And then there's this other reality show that she's supposed to be having, I believe it's called The Pursuit of Portia or something like that, which I'm not interested in watching. I don't know if anybody else is. I'm sure people will be watching it, but I don't know if people are as interested in watching her on that versus just watching her on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. The Real Housewives of Atlanta hasn't really been that good in a long time. I did watch here and there the last season. It was just like a bore for me. And then even the previous season, which was the last season that Nene Leakes was on, I just really wasn't that into it. And yeah, so we'll see. But do you think that Portia is really expecting? I don't know. That was something that was rumored a couple of months ago. And now, here we are in the month of September. I don't know. I don't know if she's expecting or not. But I don't think that if she is, expecting, that she's expecting for somebody other than Simon. I would assume that it would be for him. So I don't know. Maybe he got some help if he was still shooting blanks and he wasn't able to get Falynn pregnant, because obviously Falynn hasn't had any problems having kids because she's had kids with a few other people. That has been reported. And some of her kids' fathers have come out to talk about that as well. But we'll see. It seems like every other day, or maybe now every few days, there's some more information that's coming out about Falynn or about Simon. It seems like Falynn and Simon are more talked about now than Portia has been talked about. So that's the thing that's even a little bit crazier. But we all know that Simon loves the attention. The dude is, every time I see that smiling, creepy smile, he just looks like the absolute narcissist that loves the camera and loves the attention. You know, people like Donald Trump that's just absolutely ugly, but always wants to be seen and heard. I don't know. It just seems to me that it seems like a lot of the narcissists really don't look that good. Is that just me? But I feel that a lot of the narcissists that we have been exposed to in the past several years, a lot of them are just extremely unattractive. It's like, put your mask on, okay? But anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section. All right, we got to talk about Kandi. And I know this is a little bit of iced tea at this point because this has been out for a few days now. But Kandi, who owns several restaurants in the Atlanta area, and Kandi is just always out here hustling, getting her money. She's just always about the dollar bill, always about getting that money. I mean, to the point where, get your money. I am definitely not someone that hates on anyone doing their thing, but girl, get off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nobody really cares to see you marketing your businesses anymore. Like, you have gotten so much free marketing and promotion being on this show because it's been a long time since people really tuned into the show because it was about the storyline that she had about her family. It was more real back in the day when it was about her struggle relationships, her trying to get Mama Joyce to like the men that she's been with and trying to convince her to be happy with the person that she chooses to be with and all that other stuff, you know? So it's like you got your happily ever after, we hope, okay, by Mary and Todd. He signed the prenup, and now you all are out here hustling. Well, I would say he's really out here hustling because we know with the prenup, anything that they earn together, he is going to get 50% of, but what she had coming into the marriage, he can't touch. So he's trying to get as much as he can at this point. That is my opinion. Feel how you want to feel about it. Again, definitely no hate here. I'm just seeing what I see based on what they showed us on the show. All right, so getting back to the topic at hand. A customer came out and blasted her because he was claiming that he had been charged for ice at her restaurant Blaze Steak and Seafood, and it went viral. He posted the receipt and he added her on, I believe on Facebook was the social media platform that he chose to do it on. So this story, again, I'm getting this from the Jasmine brand, but it's been reported in so many other places. But Kandi's denying the claim, but the guy, he posted the receipt to prove it. So the story is being reported that Kandi Burruss is on the rocks with Blaze Steak and Seafood customers. In a now viral photo posted to Facebook, a man named Ryan Williams shared his receipt from the restaurant expressing how he has visited Blaze twice and has been overcharged each time. According to his receipt, Williams paid $30 for 2 Hennessy's, $15 for a cheeseburger and fries. Not, too off the charts when you're at a restaurant for a cheeseburger and fries. Yeah, you could go to any fast food restaurant and pay less, but that's usually what you're gonna, somewhere around that range pay at a sit-down restaurant. But anyway, $8 for a Red Bull, 18% gratuity tax, and $4 for 2 quote rocks, which stands for ice, totaling out to $72.58. Now, I know drinks, when you're getting alcohol on any ticket, it really does raise the price of your, of what you're ordering. But to pay $72.58 to get a cheeseburger and fries, like, I don't know. I'm all about supporting businesses, but I've never understood that when it comes to alcohol, because I don't drink alcohol that much. I might have a margarita every now and then, or a glass of champagne or something like that. But I would much rather, if I'm going to spend that much money, just go to the source and buy it and drink that at home versus going to a restaurant to pay that much money for drinks. But people do it all the time. So hey, that's why a lot of restaurants, they really make the money when they have bars. But anyway, he wrote out, that it was his second attempt to patronize the restaurant. And he says, the first time I was overcharged for cheese and margarita ice. I am very upset that I had to pay $4 for ice for my mixed hen and Coke drink and another $8 for a Red Bull. I pride myself on eating at Black-owned restaurants. In fact, I budget $300 a month towards this and often overspend. But y'all have lost your rabbit ass minds with this overcharging. And in all caps, he has fixed this ghetto AS. All right. And you can see it on the screen. And so he continued calling out the restaurant, and it went viral. So Kandi Burruss and her team, they contacted him to clarify the issue. And so I don't really know what they did to quote unquote clarify the issue. I'm assuming they probably said, look, we'll give you, some free drinks and food on us, either for your next visit or maybe your next few visits, if you go on social media and you fix this and you change what you said. Either take it down or go back and just say, hey, I got the issue resolved and this is a great place and y'all need to come and check it out. Because whether people are talking about you good or bad in situations like this, because she has such a big name, stuff like this, it's going to spread like wildfire. So nobody wants to be talked about in a negative light, especially if you have a business. But when you can reach out to the customer and attempt to resolve the issue, and they allow you to try to resolve it, then I guess that's good for everybody all around. But they also responded and they said, for clarity, we do not charge for ice. Rocks is bar terminology that pertains to the amount of liquor poured in a drink. This terminology in line with neat and up. However, we adjusted this verbiage and removed the charges altogether. We pride ourselves on providing a great dining experience to the people in our community and those that travel from far to patronize our restaurants. We appreciate the support of our community and those that continue to provide us with feedback in an effort to better our restaurant group. We will continue to develop our staff with further training and developing. Burruss Tucker Restaurant Group. That's what they responded with. But she's had the issues back and forth with Blaze Steak and Seafood and even the Old Lady Gang restaurants with health code violations after inspectors have come in to inspect the restaurants. So she's voluntarily closed the places down, and I'm of the thought process that, look, they just need to have better training, more staff, and stay on top of those things. And I've always heard from people who have owned restaurants or who currently own restaurants, you kind of have to always be there. And if you cannot be there a lot, especially in the first several years of having a restaurant, then you have to really pay people really well that you can really trust, that and that you like and even love, that are going to really be there in the gap for you with these restaurants, because you're kind of married to these restaurants. I don't know if you remember or if you ever watched the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and back in the day when Caroline Manzo and her husband, they own what was called the Brownstone, which is a restaurant and a number of other things, like a place where people would have a lot of the events in towns and things like that. And Caroline always talked about how her husband was always there. And you literally are always there. So if you don't really know much about owning restaurants, it's cool for her to have all of these different businesses and just always be working. And Kandi does. She does a lot. She does the most, to be honest with you, for a lot of these women on these housewife shows. She really is doing her thing entrepreneurial wise, but you really have to be there a lot or have the capability of having people that you can have there a lot. And assuming that's where things are probably fallen, by the wayside. But I'm glad that they were able to reach out to the guy and work the situation out, and he's turned around and clarified and gave them a favorable view. And he said he just had a very great conversation with the team, and all the issues of pricing and transparency were addressed. And my intention was to never cancel or boycott the restaurant. And he said, as I stated, I went to the restaurant the first time and this occurred, and I noticed the overcharge, and I made it known, and I even attempted to go back and Yeah, he says, I know how much power I have and how much power people collectively have, and I'm happy that Blaze has decided to make things right. Thanks for taking the constructive criticism and correcting the issue. As an entrepreneur that owned one of the first Black-owned gas stations in Gwinnett and the owner of a law firm, here he goes promoting himself. But okay, it's his post, so he's able to do that. I want nothing less than to see other African Americans thrive in business. But here's the thing. I don't have any issue with him calling them out if he felt that that was the way he could do it. But my assumption is that he probably should have went that route first. And maybe if he went that route first, they would have been more than happy to fix the issue. But if he reached out to them privately instead of blasting them on social media, and here I am being a little bit of devil's advocate, but also being in the place of someone who is a business owner myself, I would say that it's probably best that you contact the business in private and allow them to try to fix the issue first, especially if you claim to be a business owner and an entrepreneur, because yeah, you give reviews and, you know, those different things on the sites where you can give reviews, but to go on your personal page and do it as a public post and then tag her, it's like, it could have been done in a different way. It really could have been, but hey, that's the route he chose. But I don't think that in this world of social media right now, that should be the go-to to reach out to businesses. But hey, if you try to resolve the issue with the business and you've been ignored or you've been waiting and you still haven't received a response, then maybe that's the second route to go. But just doing it that way, you know, it gets the attention, and his post did go viral and it did get them to respond to him. So hey, maybe he thought that was the only way he could do it. But again, I don't know if he didn't reach out to them in private. I'm just assuming that this is the route that he went. First, he tried to patronize a business, and then he made the decision to, you know, patronize them again after the first time he didn't feel things were right. And then the second time he saw that he was supposedly overcharged again, so he decided to just go to social media and call them out and tag her in the post. So I'm just saying it could have been done differently if he did not attempt to contact them privately at first. But I'm glad they were able to come to a mutual consensus, I guess is the word I want to use, and all parties involved are happy at this point. But yeah, Kandi in these restaurants is always something, it seems. But then again, who knows? They're supposed to be having a show, I believe. I think she's going to have a spinoff about her restaurants and things like that. So you never even know these days with a lot of these reality stars. Sometimes this stuff is just, you know, overblown for the sake of getting people interested in what projects that they have TV-wise coming up in the near future. I don't know. We shall see. But I digress. I just wanted to talk about that. You guys let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing as always. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.